I have dieted many times in my life with varying levels of success, but none of them ever stuck. And that's why what has been happening to me over the last 2 months truly feels different. It feels sustainable. Hello, and welcome back to the Morningwood Chronicles. My name is Gerard, I'm 60 years old, and today is day 54 of a 180-day experiment to see if artificial intelligence can help guide me back towards metabolic health. Let's talk about it. Over the years and decades, I have dieted many times. I've been successful some of those times at reducing my weight, which was the key criteria that I was focused on. But it never lasted. I always ended up back in my old patterns, at my old weight, and quite possibly above my old weight. It just reached the point where I said, I'm not going to diet anymore. And so that's why when 2 months ago, I uploaded all of my blood work for the past 6 years into ChatGPT, I was surprised and encouraged and motivated by the responses and the information and the recommendations that resulted from that. Because nowhere in those recommendations did ChatGPT talk about dieting, about counting calories, about restricting calories. Instead, it laid out a more comprehensive, a more cohesive, just a better scientifically based approach. A lot of it based on new data that's been coming out from what are called continuous glucose monitors. These are monitors people can put on their arms for a couple weeks, and it's constantly tracking the glucose in your blood. I personally have not tried one, and I'm tempted. I may do it at some point. But the important message here is that the program I've been following for the past 2 months feels very different from any diet that I've ever been on. And some of the reasons for that are that the weight's been coming off, the weight is down, but the hunger's not up. I'm not hungry. This program that I've outlined on a daily basis here in the foggy forests of Washington State has not been based on deprivation. It's truly almost too good to be true, but as I am increasing my understanding of it, I realize now that the reasons my past efforts of dieting have failed is because all of the conditions were not there for me to succeed. And by that I mean my sleep patterns kept my cortisol elevated, and my lack of movement after meals didn't give the glucose generated by those meals a place to go into my muscles. And so I was close on all those dieting efforts. But now this time it really does feel different. It feels like this, I can live this way. I am enjoying living this way. We will find out together in the next week or so where my lipids are, how my blood chemistry has changed over the last 2 months. But I mean, I know how I feel. I have energy, I'm sleeping well, I eat until I'm satisfied, I feel lighter on my feet. It's really all pretty amazing, and I'm really happy to share it here and with you, so that maybe you can benefit from it, or someone you know in a similar situation can benefit from it. And so I thank you for tuning in today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another episode of the Morning Wood Chronicles.